Hello, everyone. Welcome to TNT Daily's Voice of Post Media's TNT Daily. This is Stacy Tang, aka Yang Zi. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We would also like to hear your opinion about the Chinese Communist Party. Next, Cadenza Tao will bring you about the details of the news in which the U.S. Senator calls on CCP to pay back century-old debts.
Co-sponsored by Senator Marsha Blackburn and Representative Mark Green, Senator Martha McSally introduced a resolution on Thursday calling on the CCP to repay U.S. bondholders more than $1.6 trillion of sovereign debt that predates the CCP government. Backed by gold, the bonds were issued by the Republic of China as long ago as 1912, prior to the government's leaders fleeing to Taiwan following the revolution in 1949. Under international law, the successor governments are responsible for the debts of their predecessors. Since the CCP has been claiming Taiwan as part of their regime, the CCP is responsible for the debts and cannot access the international debt market until it is paid off. Jana Bianco, the president of American Bondholder Foundation, is thrilled to hear the U.S. government's support in holding CCP accountable in consistency with America's message to the president. This is not the first time China's actions have had an outsized impact on the American people, Blackburn said. What 2020 has made clear is that the status quo is not working when it comes to our relationship with China.
Thank you for the report. Next, Winston Chang will report the news in which the U.S. supplies F-35s to Asian countries as tensions mount in the area.
As tensions mount between China and its neighbors, including India, Japan, and other ASEAN countries, the US would supply fifth-generation stealth F-35 fighter jets to China's foes. In particular, South Korea has announced today that it plans to build a light aircraft carrier, similar to the controversial USS America. This carrier would likely house between 20 to 30 F-35B variant fighter jets, which have short takeoff and vertical landing capabilities to complement the small size of the carrier's deck. The Republic of Korea Air Force is expected to operate 60 conventional F-35As and 20 F-35Bs by 2030. With the possibility of being surrounded by three countries armed with the latest US military technology, China has strongly opposed the sale of these aircraft to its neighbors. The US's actions do not come as a surprise to international analysts, after it called China's South China Sea claims completely illegal. The recent developments indicate a strong will among smaller nations to stand up to China's military might.
Thank you for the report. Next, Lori Lin will bring you the news of the evidence of organ in-demand systems in mainland China.
The Chinese government has been rapidly and credibly accused of organ harvesting the non-donors, usually for the black market, in which rich foreigners can buy their lives at the cost of ending someone else. It is an evil trade, and one for which China should be shunned by the international community. More evidence has shown the Chinese government has the ability to obtain organs on demand. There was a high suspicious case that a Chinese woman living in Japan was flown there for a heart transplant of 4 donations available in 10 days, compared with the speed by about 2 years as usual. The China regime leaders crush religious minorities, disregarding the basic human rights.
Thank you for the report. Next, Viva Lei will tell you about President Xi's next target, food waste.
The Chinese leader Xi Jinping has launched a campaign targeting a new enemy of the country, food waste. The focus on the food waste comes after the weeks of a mass flooding across the country wiped out crops, contributing to a rising food prices combined with the trade tension with the US. According to the estimates, as much as 20 to 30% of China's grain are imported. the Wuhan Catering Industry Association called on restaurants in the city to issue a system called N1 ordering, whereby a group must order one dish fewer than the number of the diners. Under an article on Wuhan's N1 dining initiative by the official People's Daily, internet users on Weibo left skeptical and in some cases angry comments about limiting the officials first instead of the ordinary people. One user said, "This seems aimed at us bottom class, but we are already thrifty. This will mean nothing to the rich."
Thank you for the report. Now, I will bring you the last news of today. 3 top leaders of the Chinese Communist Party have relatives who own assets in Hong Kong, including more than 51 million in luxury real estate. As the party now takes stronger hand in running Hong Kong, the top officials in Beijing have a vested interest politically and personally. Ms. Li, 38 years old, also has deep financial roots in the city, having bought 15 million four-story townhouse perched high above a beach. Her father, Li Zhanshu, oversaw the swift passage of the new national security law for Hong Kong that handed the party a powerful new weapon to quash the dissent. The law could protect the families of the party's leader by stopping the protests that wreaked the havoc on the economy, or leave them vulnerable by driving down businesses' confidence in the territory. It could expose them to sanctions. All right, that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.